Welcome back to Silver Bull channel. Welcome back, Silver Bull fans and subscribers. So glad to have you with me today. Hope you're all enjoying the Christmas spirit and looking forward to a new year. Alright, time to get brutally honest about silver. It's been a shit year for silver. It's been absolute crap. It's been poo. It's not been really good at all. Particularly if you bought when it was getting close to $50 an ounce. You're probably screaming at all the silver bulls at the moment. The truth is, this year, from the beginning of the year to now, we're actually probably just a little bit worse off. It started off about 31, and at this time we're sitting about 29, and looking like we're going to go down some more. So, if you've held silver this year, you've probably lost money. But, for some of us, as I've said, we're holding silver for the long term. Even a view over a year isn't going to worry us so much. It's still a manipulated market in many ways. So I'm still using dips as an opportunity to buy more silver. At the moment, obviously, as I said before, I've got to do my op after that. We'll see. So that's the truth about silver. Been a bad year. 2011... not the year for silver. We'll be 100% honest with that. And I'll annoy some silver bulls out there who'll want to have a go at me. Feel free in the comments and tell me what you think 2012 will be. Now, just, there were some other things here, MF Global and stuff like that. When we talk about a manipulated market, there's been some real shenanigans going on with that, the stealing of people's physical gold and silver, and when you've got thieves in the market, we can't honestly say this is not going to be a rigged market at times. However, if you've got your silver on you, this is once again the importance of having your precious metals in your personal possession or hidden away where no one else can find them. Silver and gold, if it's just paper, it's not real. Okay, MF Global should have taught us that. Alright, all those people who are trading options and other things, wake up, get the physical. Right, gold, better year, 14% increase on gold. If you bought it at 1400, it's now up to 1600, even peaked at 1900. Relatively a good year for gold. If you've just sat on gold this year, you've seen a 14% return on your money, which is a lot better than you'd get in a bank. Most banks are offering about 6%, and if you're in a place like the UK or that, you actually got money in the bank, you're going backwards because I think their inflation rate's about 5%. So, just really bad. Even here in Australia, I think they say our inflation rate's about 3%. It's rubbish. It's lies. Everyone knows their money isn't going as far. They're bitching about retail shopping not being any good this year. The simple fact of the matter is when you're spending so much of your money on food, on family groceries, if you've been ripped off in that thing, because we have a duopoly here of Coles and Woolworths, I wish people would wake up, start shopping at other places, IGA, Aldi, other places, just to break that duopoly stranglehold that we've got, which means we pay so much a high standard of living here in Australia. Of course, people don't have money spare for shit stuff from China. If they're spending the vast majority of their money just meeting their bills, their debt, and food. I mean, that's just life. But if you're in gold this year, you should be happy. 14% return for a year, that's not bad. That's respectable. It's not going to make you a millionaire overnight, but that's certainly a nice, respectable return. Alright, so 2011, good for gold, bad for silver. Alright, Silver Bull channel, good year for us. Want to welcome all the new subscribers. I don't have thousands of subscribers yet or anything like that. My growth's very slow. I'm not going to join these things that give you bulk subscribers and stuff like that. I've always learnt with the internet, real growth is what you want to go for. Started the year off with Queensland floods. Talked a bit about buying some gold, silver. Unfortunately, that bar I don't have anymore. I sold that for a small profit. Though I do have most of my silver still. We had Cyclone Yasi come and go. We have Australia still borrowing heaps of money. What else? I had a bitch about Charles. Went to Fraser Island. That was nice. We had the Japanese earthquake and the uranium fallout killing most of the North Pacific by the looks of it. Quite nasty that. I think we're going to learn a lot more about that in the coming years of how bad Fukushima really was and its effect on the market. Australia's coming real estate crash. The bubble was bursting. The Reserve Bank has stepped in trying to keep this bubble going by dropping interest rates. And I think with unemployment looking like it's going to skyrocket, they're going to have to drop interest rates even more. But they're going to get to a point where, you're down to 1%. And, you can't, even if you drop it to zero, you can't keep a bubble going. Australia's real estate is still overvalued compared to the rest of the world, and we need a reckoning. So I'm still predicting that real estate crash is coming, even with the dropping of interest rates. Yes, the dropping of interest rates will kick the can down the road, but ultimately there's a price to be paid to the piper. Fundamental rights to grow food. I've started a little garden of my own, some peas, some pumpkins, some tomatoes and some potatoes. Not huge, just something extra, mainly to have the heirloom seeds if I want them to start building up my own supply of seed. Very important. In a disaster, I've probably got enough in the cupboard to at least let me have time to put in a crop and grow my own food. Carbon tax has come. Fuck you, Julia, you bitch. Thanks for, putting the last nail in the Australian coffin. Another reason why the housing market will have to crash, because, they're wanting to tax the crap out of us. Did a bit of my family history, really interesting. Goes all the way back to William the Conqueror and people like that. But the truth is, most of us are probably, most people listening to this video will be related to a king or a queen somewhere. They certainly spread their seed around as if it were. Got myself a high-def camera, showed you some real nice videos there. Talked about how Silver this year's been on a roller coaster ride. Had a visit down to SeaWorld, that was a bit of fun. Had a bit of grilled steak. Did a micro doc for those 367 people that watched it. I hope you liked it. Got myself a Mac, talked about that. Still loving the Mac. PC now is pretty much unused at home. Great to see Ron Paul this year taking off. Hope he shocks them all in 2012 and takes it. Talked a bit about what a lying scumbag Barack Obama is, what a major disappointment he has been for everyone. All those except the most blind Democrat is saying what a useless president he is. Talked about the fact how many of these people in high places are actually straight out Luciferians. Plain and simple. They're into their cult. There's spiritual wickedness in high places. If you don't realise that, you're missing the whole picture. Discussion about democracy. Do we really have it? Another talk about Fukushima. Talked about the death of Gaddafi, another dictator dead. Hey, we had Kim Jong-il die and his son Kim Jong-un take over. Another dictator died. At least, as far as we know, he died of a heart attack. He was stroking out all the time anyhow. In the case of Gaddafi, they basically treated him quite shockingly, anal raped him and that. I don't have a problem they put a bullet to his head, but why mess around with him and that? Just pull the trigger, let the guy go. Still having boat refugee problems in Australia. We had 200 drown. Tragic and totally avoidable if we just simply pulled out of this so-called international treaty on refugees. They're so quick to join all these various international treaties, but you hardly ever see them say no. it's just disgusting. They've sold out our sovereignty as a nation, and if you can't protect your borders, then you don't really have a nation, and that may be part of a bigger plan as well. I stated why I believe the cut in Australia's interest rates were a mistake. Telling people to wake up, tribute to one of my ancestors, a couple of toys for the kids and the big boys. Asked the question, do Australians hate black people? Would have thought I'd get more views for that actually, but explained how the carbon tax is actually killing people in Uganda and Honduras as they push people off their lands forcibly to create carbon sinks. Once again, government policies have either intended or unintended consequences that are bad for people. Spoke to people why I believed in God. There was some discussion on that. Not many views. Maybe just a lot of people out there aren't spiritual at all. If you aren't, I suggest you're missing something in your life. Certainly, some of the scumbags in control around the place are certainly spiritual, on the side of evil. I feel that you're missing the battle between good and evil if you don't have some sort of spiritual side in you. Queensland proved how forward it was by passing the civil union law. Gays can now have a government piece of paper saying they've got a partnership. Well, if you want to pay money to the government, go right ahead. Talked about Ron Paul, how he's screwed over by the mass media, particularly News Corp, owned by Rupert Murdoch. There we go. That's pretty much the year on the Silver Bull channel. Surprised how many videos I've done. I'm going to do some more. Once again, if I get 1 viewer for a video, so be it. If I get 1,000, so be it. Hope you enjoy the year, and if there's some topic you'd really like to see a video on, have a chat to me about it. That's Silver Bull channel out.